Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza here at the Hatfield Public Library with a big box of adult books, fiction, nonfiction, and I'm going to start us out with two audiobooks. We have Jennifer Chiaverini's Switchboard Soldiers and Alice Feeney's Daisy Darker, both books that we already have. Just a reminder, we also have lots of audiobooks on Libby, like the e-audiobook. So if anybody ever wants help setting that up, access to all of those, just shoot me an email. Let's see. We have Anne Cleeves, The Rising Tide. This is a Vera Stanhope novel. This is a very popular book series, mystery series, and also a very popular TV series. I actually know a lot of people who like both the TV series and the books. Big name here. We have CJ Box, Treasure State. This is a Cassie Dewell novel. Less is Lost by Andrew Sean Greer. I really love the cover of this. He does look rather lost. This is the sequel to Less. Oh, look, I was like, is the first book called Less? And then on the cover it says like, yes, it's the sequel to Less. And so this is more about the life of um moderately accomplished novelist Arthur Less, who things are going well, but then maybe not so well. It sounds like he's sort of wandering around a bit in in the countryside. Lucy by the Sea by Elizabeth Strout, and this is the same character as the novel My Name is Lucy Barton. And oh, interesting. So it's about a divorced couple stuck together during lockdown. That sounds stressful, but also, I don't know. Elizabeth Strout is just such a beautiful writer, and she does a really good job, I think, just exploring difficult emotions. I find her books very powerful. And in general, I haven't been a huge fan of like pandemic novels. Like I'm just not ready or whatever. Like I don't really want to like read about the pandemic. It just happened. I know I don't need it in a novel, but I feel like Elizabeth Strout is like the perfect person. I think if you've read her, you'll know what I mean. She just seems like the perfect person to take that on. So we have a Nicholas Sparks Dreamland. Here he is on the back looking dreamy. This is a love story about a guy who wanted to be a musician and ended up being a farmer. And then he meets a woman who wants to be a musician. And then they fall in love. Ooh, we have the third book in the Thursday Murder Club mystery, The Bullet That Missed. This is a very fun series about some people who sort of live in like a senior housing complex, and they have a club where they try to solve cold murder cases. They're all very fun characters. And then also there are some detectives, and sometimes they end up with some live murder cases. uh Live Wire, long-winded short stories. I really love that subtitle. This is by Kelly Ripa, and I also love her dress. It's very fun. So I feel like this is pretty much what you see is what you get. Here she is on the back making a kissy face. If you know who she is, it is my theory that she is a daytime talk show host. Although she's so famous, it doesn't even say. Um, and yeah, I think this is just her telling some very frank stories about her life. Ooh, we have Lessons by Ian McEwan. I just love everything about this cover. I love the colors. I love the style of art. I feel like it's very simple. Sorry, I'm just gonna go on and on. It's very simple, but it's emotionally evocative. And I am not a huge reader of Ian McEwan, but I don't know. It's a little bit of a blind spot for me. I feel like I should maybe go back and fill in the blanks. I actually did, as it turns out, when I was reading the summary for this book, I realized that I had actually read the short story in the New Yorker, uh, which is like about the character in this book. Do that a lot. So this is about a kid in a boarding school when he's young who has a love affair with, or I guess a sexual affair with his adult piano teacher. So yes. And then 25 years later, it's about how his wife disappears and then he's alone with his son. The short story was just about him as a boy, but I really loved it. So I would love to read the rest of the novel and learn more about the character. John Sandford, Righteous Prey. This is a Lucas Davenport and Virgil Flowers novel. I think maybe he combined two series. Archer Mayer, Fall Guy, a Joe Gunther novel. Archer Mayer is fun because he's a local guy from Vermont. A lot of people who read his books like to sort of pick out places that they know. And yeah, so this is just another mystery. The Year of the Puppy by Alexandra Horowitz. Um, Oh, how dogs become themselves. So I think the author of this book is kind of she's sort of looking at how um lots of lots of books about dogs focus on like training them, but then she's sort of focusing more on how their personalities develop. That sounds cool. I feel like that's a little similar to what's going on in like child rearing right now, where before like parenting advice was like how to train your kids with like chore charts and stuff, and then now it's kind of like how to bring out the best in them. Um, okay, we have Shrines of Gaiety with Kate Atkinson. Any coincidence? I just started listening to this on audiobook because I listened to all of her books on audiobook and it is amazing. Just very immersive. I really love, I feel like it's underrated is how funny she is. Like not laugh at, out loud funny, but she has so many turns of phrase that are just delightful. Her descriptions are amazing. It's definitely so immersive as audiobook. Like you just listen on your way to work and you're like completely into it. So it takes place in um I mean, I guess you don't have to read the summary because I'm reading the book now. Basically, it's in the 1920s and it's about this nightclub owner named Nellie Coker and all of her children. Just if you've read her other books or if you're interested, highly, highly recommend. All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. And this is a book, sort of like this is a pretty classic setup where it's a woman whose next door neighbor was murdered when they were both six. So, like, basically, one girl is pulled out of her bed and murdered, and then she goes up and gets to grow up and become an adult. And so she's always a little bit traumatized by this, and she's left her hometown, but then she goes back to her hometown to take care of her senile uncle. And another girl of course, goes missing. Um, last book is another copy of Lucy by the Sea by Elizabeth Strout. Not that exciting, but just proof that she is. We definitely get two of her books because she's one of the most popular items. One of the most popular authors at this library. Her and Louise Penny, maybe, and Ellen Hildebrand. I feel like at this library in particular are our big three, and that's it. That's all my books. Bye.